I'm getting up. Play starts right now. Here we go. Squad is in effect. Fortenbaugh will be here with everything you need to know from a betting perspective. We are jam-packed. No time to waste. Hit the highlight. Get me to Lambeau Field last night. The quarterbacks on full display and all eyes on Micah Parsons. Jordan Love's Packers. Jaden Daniels Commanders. Middle of the first quarter, scoreless but not for long. Bart, how about the seam route for Tucker Kraft?
I tell you what, Jordan Love, an icebox where his heart used to be. You talk about Kraft, who had himself a day, 6 receptions for 124. Oh, that could get him Offensive Player of the Week, Greeny.
57 of them right there, and then that would turn into this. Harry, do we like this? Do we like Jordan Love trucking people, or does he need to get down?
Don't tell me week 2 of the NFL season doesn't matter. The quarterback, Jordan Love, putting his body on the line. Ooh, that DB took the boom.
Mike Tannenbaum is not going to agree.
Slide.
But on the very next play, great play design, Romeo Doubs touchdown.
Oh, man, you talk about being able to sell the outside short area quickness, hit him with the dead leg with Mike Singletary.
Matt LaFleur fired up, and they were just getting started. 7-0, middle of the second quarter. The deep ball for Malik Heath.
So I love this. Coming to the game, Jaden Reed got hurt. Malik Heath, step up to the plate. Watch the feet. Get both feet down in bounds. Unbelievable catch. Body control. I like the Green Bay Packers.
Incomplete at first.
Exactly. Overturned to a catch, and then that leads to this. It's Tucker Kraft.
Get off me, little bitty boy.
17 yards as he's knocking people around, and that would lead to this on a 2nd and goal. Josh Jacobs, he had 84 yards rushing on the night. Packers dominant in the first half. It's 14-3. Now, you're asking, how about Micah Parsons? How about him on a 3rd down play in the 3rd quarter, Bart?
And the issue is he's still raw right here. He didn't come and bring his hands. He walks on the block, but he's so explosive that first step, threatening to tackle upfield, comes underneath, banana in the tailpipe, don't fall for a rookie.
6 pressures and half a sack for Parsons on the night. He was all over the field. Commanders miss a field goal, still 14-3. Now, 4th quarter, 17-3 the score. Trying to get back in it. A little work here. Zach Ertz, 20 yards. Harry, they're back in the ball game.
Zach Ertz was the only bright spot for the Washington Commanders in their offense last night. I wish they would have got the football to him more.
But you made the point. After this touchdown here, it's 17-10. They're right there. The Packers on a need-to-have-it drive. How about this on a 3rd and 6, Love on the move?
Well, I'm not talking about Kraft mac and cheese. I'm talking about Tucker Kraft. He's going to come in handy when you need him. Got the flag? We don't need it because I'm going to make the catch anyway. 1st down, Green Bay.
Bart mentioned 6 for 124 yards and a touchdown. Here's the touchdown. Jordan Love would throw for 292 on 2 scores. Packers pull away, and they make a statement. 27-18 over a team that was in the NFL's Final Four a year ago. And the story, Love was good, but this defense is the tale. They stifled the Commanders' offense. Just 230 yards for Jaden Guys last night. They've now held their first 2 opponents both under 250 yards. Green Bay hadn't done that in 30 years. After the ball game, here's Micah.
Defense wins championships. J Love, I think, you give us 20 points, we should be able to win that game. It's all about getting stops and getting the ball back into the offense. As y'all seen against Baltimore Buffalo, you can have a quarterback game, have a perfect game, but still lose because guess what? The defense gave up, 40 points? So defense won championship. They want to, I think the fans like points and they like to see the big plays, but when you play great defense, it's just so beautiful to see.
Indeed. When you think about this is a man who was traded 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago this morning, we were sitting here talking about Micah Parsons being traded to the Packers. Now the season begins. Peter, big picture thought.
I don't know if a team could have had a better 5-day stretch in an entire NFL season than what we have seen from the Green Bay Packers. What they have done now to the Lions and the Commanders, 2 teams who are 1, the number 1 offense in the league a year ago, number 1 seed in the NFC, and then 2, a team in the NFC Championship game, and absolutely silence them. It's something to behold. Real quick, Greeny, both those teams averaged close to 30 points per game last year. Total, they've had 31 in their first 2 games. And 2 of the best running teams in the NFL were held under 100 yards total. The Packers defense is for real. And if you're an Eagles fan waking up this morning, this might be the guys that you have to worry about in the NFC.
So, Mike T, let's go directly to that. You were here 2 weeks ago today. We were talking about Micah Parsons being traded. What do we say 2 weeks later?
They're the best team in football. And just to build on what Peter said, Green, let me tell you what. Bart, listen to this. They've rushed the passer with 5 or more rushers 15 times. They've given up a total of 22 yards. Those 2 quarterbacks, Jaden Daniels and Jared Goff, have a QBR of 3, where the average is 70. So that is a dominant defense. And Bart, I'll build on that. Lucas Van Ness is now a much better player when every single snap Micah Parsons is double teamed. And the one other thing that's really important here, Greeny, and Dan Orlovsky, to his credit, mentioned this first. Jordan Love is playing free and easy because of a championship defense. He is averaging 12 yards per attempt in terms of how far the ball is going down the field. Micah Parsons is impacting both sides of the ball.
So, for those of you who don't work with Bart a lot, I call it resting linebacker face. He always has that extremely skeptical impression. You're the one person saying, not so fast out of the Packers.
Yeah, I mean, it's early, right? And you expect them to have the advantage. They're playing on a short week at home. I think schematically, they really did a coaching class on Washington and being able to leverage and get points. And yes, I believe that Love is playing, free and clear, but he's not playing elite. He's missed a lot of passes. You talk about getting into the red zone. They wasn't able to cash it in. Washington played a horrible game, but yet they found themselves 10-17. The defense kept him in, but Love is going to have to play a lot better. I don't think he's my MVP candidate right now.
How about Micah, though? Give me Micah. Your side of the ball.
Well, he's a force multiplier.
What's he doing for the whole defense?
He's a force multiplier. He's so active. And the thing is, he's so raw. When you look at him right here, he's so raw. This is great. This is not great technique. This is just, I'm a better athlete than you. I'm faster and more explosive. I'm just going to run by you. When you see him come through, he's walking off the block. He exposes his chest. Look, right here, he's still open right here, right? But he's so elite and he's so ferocious. It's his effort. You talk about the first sack that he got last week. That was all an effort. Most guys would have gave up. And I think that sets the tone. When your best players, I play with Ray Lewis, when your best players are your hardest workers, then it sets the tone and tempo for everybody else. That's why Van Ness is giving what he's given. Yep. Because everybody's trying to keep up. They don't want him to get all the shine. And it's going to elevate Rashawn Gary because he's going to get favorable matchups because he's a high effort guy too. So when you got two bookends that's high effort, it's allowing these tackles and inside to eat.
So I would say this, the speed, the athleticism, and the ability to rally to the football is what allows the Green Bay Packers to be ferocious. Micah Parsons coming over, extreme confidence. Look at the secondary. I thought that was the weakest link of this team coming into the season. They're playing with confidence. They're sitting on routes. And we've seen those guys have a masterful night because the Washington Commanders wide receivers, they struggle all night long trying to get open. But I do agree with Shrades and also Mike T. The biggest contender or the biggest threat to the Philadelphia Eagles is the Green Bay Packers. And they have all the intangibles to dethrone them in 2025, Bart.
Let me tell you who
I got the
agrees.
Rams.
Our friends in Vegas agree. Can we put up 820?
Here we go.
The Packers were plus 800 to win the Super Bowl entering yesterday. That was the fourth shortest odds behind the Bills, Ravens, and Eagles. They are now plus 550. Only Buffalo has shorter odds to win the Super Bowl this year than Green Bay.
Greeny, when we traded for Brett Favre at the Jets, it made everybody better. The ticket takers, the landscapers, everybody. You go back a week ago, Green Bay out-Detroited Detroit. They play with more passion, more energy, let alone what we believe. They believe they have a chance to win.
That's the point I wanted to make, Peter. You're a baseball fan, as am I. So every year in baseball, it certainly used to be the case, more so maybe than now. After the trade deadline, there's always a team that makes this one big deal, and everyone in the clubhouse feels it. They feel like our organization is going for it. We believe we can do it now. The Green Bay Packers have been living in the very good for a long time, right? They never made aggressive moves. This offseason, it starts with them drafting the wide receiver. We were both there in Green Bay.